Yo, what is going on, guys? Chef TEEBULL back in the kitchen once again, and today we're going to a country that's very dear to my heart. We're going to Jamaica. I have a Jamaican family. I'm lucky enough to have visited Jamaica quite a few times, and I've ate this dish lots and lots and lots. It's one of my favorites out there. It's a local dish. It can be eaten for breakfast, lunch or dinner. You can have it with roasted breadfruit. You can have it with fried dumplings, callaloo. It's up to you. It's a very versatile dish, very tasty. It's saltfish and ackee. For those of you who don't know, ackee is grown out on trees. If you pick it and eat it before it's ready, it's highly toxic to humans. It's very dangerous. Luckily, these come pre-prepared in a tin, so we're not going to die from this today. But let's get into the video, guys. Before we get too far in, smash that thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Notified every time I upload a video. Guys, enjoy this one. Peace out. Okay guys, little disclaimer straight off the bat. I've never cooked saltfish and ackee. It's my first time. I've ate it enough to know what it should taste like, so I'm going to try my best. So first things first, prep your saltfish. You want to wash up all the salt and then leave it in a bowl. Set aside for, you want about 4 hours is ideal. But change the water every hour or so to some fresh cold water. This will get rid of most of the salt out of the fish. Therefore it won't be too salty when you come to cook it. Okay, the saltfish is set aside in a lovely bowl of cold water, just doing its thing. You can leave that there and carry on prepping the rest of the dish. So I'm going to start on the onion, as you can see. Just going to chop the ends off, peel it, dice it into fairly small pieces, and that can go into a little bowl. Moving on to your bell pepper, so slice in half, core and seed, get rid of all that. Then you want to chop this up into rough 2 centimeter chunks will do. I personally would have preferred a red pepper in this dish, or a mixture of peppers, but all I had in my fridge at the time of recording was a green one, so that's what we're stuck with. So as you can see, just chopping it into rough chunks. This is going to go into a bowl and it will be fried off in a little while. Now for the big guns, you have to be very careful with these. This is a Scotch bonnet chili, very spicy. I'm removing all of the seeds. Be careful not to touch your eyes or anywhere else after handling these. Make sure you wash your hands. This thing is a firecracker. They have got some serious heat. Very delicious, but they got some heat. Okay, I'm going to add a spring onion. So take the top and the bottom off and slice thinly. Put this into a bowl with the chilies, because this is going to take about the same amount of time to cook as the chilies. We're then going to move on to some garlic. I've gone for 3 cloves because they're quite small. I'm going to chop and peel, put it into my garlic crusher, which I finally have. Going to crush this, and it's going to go into that same bowl and put to one side, ready to fry off in a little while. Final bit of veg prep. This is where you could use your callaloo. I didn't have none, so I've gone for a nice Savoy cabbage. 4 to 5 leaves. Just going to roughly slice and chop that. It's going to sit in a pan of cold water, bit of salt and pepper in there, and I will boil this a few minutes before I'm ready to serve the dish. Okay, I've drained the water out of the saltfish. This is now going to go into a pan of cold water. You're going to put this onto the heat and bring it to the boil. Once this is done, drain it off, fill it back up with cold water and bring to the boil once again. You can do this 2, 3 or 4 times, it's up to you, depends how salty you want your fish. I've gone for 2 times, and we're just going to let that do its thing. So everything is prepped, as you can see. I'm just going to show you the tin of ackee that I'm using. It's Ackee's in brine, so you'll take the lid off, drain this out in a minute, and that is good to go. Lovely fresh product of Jamaica. Love to see it. So as you can see, I just about caught this in time. It's about to boil over, so cut the heat off, drain off the water, fill back up with water, and repeat that process. Very simple. Now your saltfish is cooked through a couple of times. You want to transfer this into a bowl. I've grabbed 2 forks and you just want to pull it apart. Just shred the fish into little chunks. It should be very soft by now. So just pull it apart. smells absolutely beautiful. As you can see, it flakes up really simply, really nice. Once that's done, put to one side, and we'll add that back in once we're ready to use it. So moving on to my trusty wok, heat that up, drizzle of olive oil, get it nice and hot. Add your onions and your peppers, and you want to fry these off for 3 to 4 minutes till they're nice and soft. Now add the remainder of your ingredients, your chili, your spring onions and your garlic. Give that another few minutes. I've opted to put in a splash of water just to soften them a little bit more. That is optional. Fry these off so that everything's all nicely soft, and then we will add the saltfish. Okay, before I add the saltfish, I've had the cabbage boiling for a couple of minutes. I've softened, I've chopped it up a little bit smaller. I've added some of this into the dish as well. Then I'm also going to add some chopped tomatoes. I would have preferred fresh tomatoes and half them and drop them in like that, but I've gone for some chopped tomatoes. That's all I had in the cupboard. Sometimes you got to use what you've got. So give that a little stir around. Then we're going to add that beautiful flaky saltfish. In that goes. Stir that in. Give it all a good mix around. Simmer for a good few minutes. And then we want to get to that stage. We're going to add in the ackee. Once the ackee is in there, you want to stir it, but don't be too rough with it, because the ackee is very, very soft and it will just break into tiny pieces. And I quite like to have some fairly decent chunks of fish and decent chunks of ackee. Okay, in goes that wonderful tinned ackee. We're going to stir this in very carefully. Give this another couple of minutes frying, and then it is time to plate up. Saltfish and ackee, beautiful. So we are now ready to plate up this lovely dish. Hopefully I've done it justice. When I ate it, it was beautiful. It tasted just like I remember. It was, for my preference, a little salty, but I did not prepare the saltfish for long enough to get rid of some of that salt. That's a lesson learned. Prepare it earlier. But overall, the dish turned out fantastic. Anyone in the comments, Jamaican or not, if you've made this dish yourselves, let me know what you think. How did I do? I was quite pleased with it. And hopefully some more Jamaican cuisine coming soon. We might do some jerk chicken and rice and peas, or braised stew chicken. There's lots we can try. But guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got this far and you haven't hit that like button yet, why not give it a go? And subscribe if you're new. Guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Finish off with a little salt and pepper. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys.